What is going on? It's your boy, Big J. I'm supposed to be having Common come on. Like yesterday, he said he's not getting the email, but I'm sending it to the right address. So just bear with me. I have to try to get him in. I hope everyone's doing good. I know game one of the Eastern Conference Finals happened yesterday against Miami Heat and Celtics. Miami Heat beat the Celtics. It was a close game, but Miami took over in the fourth. Tonight we got game two of the Western Conference Finals against the Lakers and Nuggets. Lakers lost game one, but they should be able to bounce back in game two. But in the meantime, I'm waiting for the con man. That's the reason why I'm doing this show. He's a legend. He's a part of the Sports Empire Network. So just bear with me as we try to get him in. Thank y'all for tuning in. We got 4 people in here so far. Let me see what's going on in the comments. What's up, Jory? What's up, Jory? How you doing? Hopefully we can get him on. I wanted him on yesterday. But yeah, he's if you don't know about Con Man is like OG. He he's very intelligent in the basketball world. He knows about the old school players. And it's good to pick his mind, because obviously I grew up in a generation where the basketball, it was like post Jordan era, now Kobe LeBron era, where there was different rules. There was different ways to play. Back in the day, there was no 3-point line. Back in the day, there was no hand. Oh, back in the day, there was hand checking. I guess people would say in the sports realm that the generation I grew up watching is like soft. A lot of flopping going on. But then again, there is no defense at 3 seconds. Just check my audio, make sure it's good. Okay. Yeah, there was no defense at 3 seconds. Big men can stand in the paint as long as they want it back in the day. Now, I mean, it's rare that defense at 3 seconds is called in the NBA, but it happens. But yeah, I mean, it's crazy how the sport of basketball has evolved throughout history with different kinds of players. Just the way that now we see big men taking the three, 6'9", 7 foot guys taking the three, whereas back in the day, if you're a big man, you were looked upon by the coach as what the hell are you doing shooting a three? For instance, you wouldn't expect Dennis Rodman to shoot a three. You expect him to be in the paint and getting rebounds and protecting the board, but now you have Kevin Loves and the Tim Duncans, the Kevin Garnett's, the Anthony Davises, the Jokic's of the world. Shoot, even Embiid, even um, AD, like, and that's all thanks to. I think that's all thanks to Curry, because Curry, he is the one that kind of changed that dynamic of the three ball and what it is. Obviously, yeah, three ball was came in before Curry was there, like with the Ray Allens and the Kyle Korvers, but like Curry made it acceptable to where it gave more players the freedom to shoot. That's why, like, well, if you backtrack, because that's why I wanted to have comment on, because he has more input in this because of the older generation of players and the old league. Like, he knows players. I don't know who that. He knows players that were in the ABA. I mean, he knows players that were in the ABA. The ABA was a league before the NBA. But back in the day, like, it was the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, the 5, the point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, center, and primarily the 1 or 2 would bring it up. Primarily the point guard would bring it up, and kind of like the big men, the wings would, take one would take one block, the other would take the other block, and you see centers like grinding it out, getting boards. But now, early 2000s, like late 90s, well, I say early 2000s, maybe 2000, like 2008 to present, we see the term called positionless basketball, where you see like a Jokic or an Embiid or a Giannis or even LeBron James bringing the ball up, where you have LeBron he can play all 5 positions. Where back in the day, if LeBron was putting like the Jordan era or like even the Bill Russell era or like the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar eras, LeBron would probably be a small forward, and he would not be looked upon to bring the ball up the court. But now, it's acceptable for, a 6'9" plus player bring the ball up. And I'm all for it. Positions basketball. Um, and I mean, now we see, like, well, we didn't see a season of Chet, but Chet from Gonzaga, he was hurt. He got hurt in the Drew League, but like, see players like Chet, 7-foot player, 7-foot plus player who can rebound, score, pass, assist. I mean, shoot, AD was at Kentucky in his older years or his younger years. He was a point guard, so he kind of has that point guard background where he can like dribble it, he can pass it, he can. But primarily, he's just a rebounder, just mid-range scorer. But um, like now we have players coming from other parts of the world, like Wembanyama. Wembanyama is like a unicorn, man. Like a 7'5" center, basically can do everything. Now, I mean, he. Well, I wouldn't say this, but I mean, I'm not gonna say the Europe or whatever league he came from is soft, but obviously there are players that. I mean, obviously I saw videos like he was just dominating because he was taller than this competition. Um, but I'm not gonna say that league he was in was soft because it wasn't soft. But as in terms of he can dominate, like he can shoot the three, stretch the floor out, get you a board, get you buckets inside the paint like a traditional center should be asked to do. We can dribble it up the court. To be honest, in my opinion, I think he's gonna be a better Giannis. Where I don't know what his shot's gonna look like, but I feel like, and I'm not throwing shade to Giannis whatsoever because I think that if Giannis can find a consistent shot, I think that he can be the most unstoppable player in the league. Um, Now there's some instances where Giannis can't shoot the three and stretch the floor out, but you don't really ask of him to like dominate on the 3 point line, you know. Um, but like this is my point. Like now it has been acceptable for big men like Giannis, a player who's supposed to be on either of the blocks, he can stretch the floor out, or he can be asked to stretch the floor out. Um, I mean, there was the Splash Brothers era with Curry and Clay, well, was pre Clay Thompson injury. Like Clay took like 20 something dribbles in one game. Dude was not missing a shot, and he's like 6'7", 6'6" at the shooting guard position. That's why they're saying that when Wimbiana gets drafted, that's why they're saying that he's a generational generational talent because of his skill at that position. Now I'm not gonna make an early prediction, but I really think that I mean we all know Wimbiana is going to dominate on the boards and glass, but if he can get like a little stronger, like for example, Giannis when he came into the league, he was a toothpick. He was a skinny, tall dude. But as he matured and as he worked out, his arms got bigger. And I think that if Wimbiana gets a little bit stronger, gets into the gym, get his arms more defined and his legs stronger, we all know he's gonna be going to the rim. Um, but just let me know what y'all think about the whole like traditional like positions back in the day, and then I want to hear y'all's thoughts on like just the positionless basketball aspect because I find it very very interesting that that's a term that's being used in today's NBA. So hop in the comments. I want to hear y'all's thoughts on that concept. I don't know where comment is. Don't know. But Yeah. So you definitely like hop in the comments. Get the chat booming. Um, while we try to get a response from the comment, because I really want to pick his brain about like the basketball he grew up in and he played in, and compared to like the basketball that I'm watching on TV, because you know there's a lot of differences that have happened over the years, like different rules, the different ways that players are able to play. And also, just give me your prediction on tonight's game. Game two, Lakers versus Denver. But definitely just let me get your input on. So Jory said, I got a good look at Victor Wembanyama. I think you said his last name right, or pronounced it, or however you spell it. He needs to put on a few pounds. Yes, I. That's what I was saying earlier. Like I feel um, like that's okay, because when Giannis came into the league, he had to put on a few pounds, and I feel like if he eats the right things, diets right, gets into the gym, gets his legs stronger, gets his arms stronger, he can definitely be like a Giannis 2.0 for real. I mean, I truly believe that. I definitely do agree with that. Yeah, I definitely do agree with that. I feel like Victor's gonna be a good player. Yeah, Spurs got a gym. They got a gym. But yeah, just hop in the comments. Tell me your thoughts on the playoffs, or just tell me your thoughts about the playoffs overall. Just like not just the third round, just like your overall thoughts on the playoffs. First round, second round, playing. This is like a bonus episode. Put my charger in real quick. All right, Jory. So the comment, well, this playoffs did expose some fraud. So kind of explain that. Like, can you elaborate on that? Cause that's definitely. I want to put that comment up again. That comment up again. Um, well, this playoffs did expose some frauds. So yeah, yeah. Go ahead. Take your time. Take your time. You can just explain that in the comments. So. Yeah, but definitely this comment, like I definitely agree. If he puts on a few more pounds, gets to the gym, eats the right things, you know, I believe he's gonna get the right trainer. Um, he's gonna be good. He's gonna be good. He might be more of a Tim Duncan 2.0. But with players, I mean, I'd say I'd say I say Wimbyana. Outside of Wimbyana, Scooter, and who's that Alabama player? The Alabama player. This kind of draft is kind of weak compared to those top three. I don't know anybody like after like Wimbyana, Scooter, and the guy from Alabama. Um, we'll see what this draft, after those teams pick, what those draft players hold. I have to do my research on the other players. But yeah, I mean, I think that like put the right pieces around Wemiana, put the right players around him, and he has a coach in Greg Popovich. It definitely helps Wemiana, and you know, I feel like Pop is gonna bring the best out of him. I think Pop was gonna retire if he didn't get the first pick, because obviously a team doesn't want to miss on that kind of player. So I don't know if that was rumored or just something I saw online, but um, so, no, no, you're good. So my bad, I'm on the clock, but it was a lot of front running going on in the earlier season and exposed in the playoffs. My my, put that comment. Jory said my big theme about this year's playoffs is as well as coaching. Coaching definitely played more of a visible role in this year's playoffs. So let me just for the second comment. So the first one you said that it was a lot of front running going on. Like, do you mean as far as just like front running as far as just like teams, like Milwaukee getting beat by Miami in the first round? Like, do you mean that, or do you mean like individual players being front runners? Because there's different ways you can go with that. Like, I think this year's, I think a thing for this year's playoffs would be a coach is getting. Um, I feel like the another theme for this year's playoffs is coaches are getting exposed too. Like Doc Rivers, um, Mike Budenholzer, he got exposed. Monte Williams. I mean, obviously, I thought the problem for Phoenix was the whole Aiton situation, but I feel like Aiton's going to be shipped out as well too. So you said both teams and players, and you said the parity is great right now. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, I definitely feel like the playoffs have been kind of even as far as matchups. I didn't expect Miami to beat Milwaukee. I know Giannis missed a couple games. I know Middleton was streaky at times, but I didn't expect Miami to beat or win a series against the Milwaukee Bucks. Oh, there was no hate on Spoelstra, but outside of, I mean, even Kyle Lowry, a lot of people have kind of talked down on Lowry because he wasn't the point guard that he used to be in Toronto. He's streaky at times, but like outside of Butler, I mean, other than well, it's Tyler Hero, but then he went down with a hand injury. Other than like those couple, and then Bam, the center. But other than those couple players, I just didn't see Gabe Vincent having a good playoff like series or Max Strauss. But I mean, he's proven to me that he can score. Um, but when it comes to the playoffs, man, Jimmy Butler is it's dangerous. You see how many points? Let's look at his stats real quick from last game. I mean, down the line, I mean, Butler had 35, 7 and 5. Adebayo had 20, 5 and 8. Gabe Vincent had 15, 3 and 2. And Max Strauss had 15 and 3. I mean, they got some help from Kyle Lowry. He was on the bench. So I guess Spoelstra put Gabe Vincent on as a starter and switched out him for Kyle Lowry. But Kyle Lowry put up 15, 3 and 3 off the bench. Robinson had 0, 0 for 2 from the 3-point line, 0 for 2 from the field. Um, Caleb Martin had 15, 4, 15, 3 and 4. The Celtics, I mean, Tatum did have 30, 1 and 7. I mean, Horford, I mean, he's the only one that really stepped up. I mean, Brown had 22, 5 and 9. They had a lot of bench help from 19, 1 and 2. Derek White had 11, 1 and 2. Not really much help from Pritchard. But on Miami side, I mean, when you had Butler going off and helping out in other departments, um, he was 2 for 4 from 3-point line and 12 to 25 from that field goal. So, um, like playoff Jimmy is dangerous. Um, Now I want to go back to game 1 of the Lakers and Nuggets. Game 1 in the third round. The Lakers lost by it was 132 to 126. They only lost by 6 points. Go back to Jory's comment. She said Derek White is constantly inconsistent, but that's because his production bounces off the direction of JT and JB. Yeah, that's true. That's true. So in game 1, The Nuggets beat the Lakers 132 to 126. They beat them by 6 points. Go to the stats real quick. I'll start with the Denver side. Aaron Gordon had 12, 3 and 3. So he was over 3 from the 3-point line and 4 for 9 from the field goal. Michael Porter Jr. had 15, 2 and 10 rebounds. He was 3 for 6. He was 50% from the 3-point line. And he was 6 for 12 from the field. Played 35 minutes. Nikola Jokic, Joker, had 34, 14 and 21 rebounds. He was 12 for 20 from the field, 3 for 3 from the 3-point line. A player that I was shocking to see. What up, Coach Dante? You're talking about the NBA playoffs right now. We're talking about the right now we're talking about we were talking about the Celtics and Heat. Now we're talking about I'm talking about the Lakers and Denver game 1. Then I'm gonna dive into game 2 tonight. But I mean, look, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, he had the chip on his shoulder. He played on our team. I believe they're in that bubble run. So he's playing with a chip on his shoulder. It works good. Yeah, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, he had 21, 3 and 2. They had some help on the bench with Bruce Brown. It was 16, 2 and 4. But on the Lakers side, I mean, like everyone talked about how the Lakers lost and they didn't play well. But I mean, looking at the stat line, I mean, outside of the 40-point output from Davis, the 20 and the 10 rebounds, the 26 points from Bron. I know people say, "Oh, he had a good game, but 26 points. What? How did he do in the last 5 minutes of the game?" I mean, it was back and forth. But yeah, outside of AD, LeBron, and Reeves, I mean, D'Angelo Russell has to step up, man. Like Kyle Edwards said, my co-host said that. With Schroeder getting 6 points. He's not really a player who, you expect for him to go off. He's the type of player, Schroeder's the type of player who would just, sit on the 3-point arc, get the ball, jab step, go to the bucket and get a foul. He did have 3 rebounds and 5 assists. And then another big key role player, which he might start in game 2, Rory Hachimura. He was 8 for 11, 1 for 1 from the 3-point line. He had 1 assist, but still he had 17 buckets from the 3-point line. So I think that, obviously we all know that the Lakers offense, that's my dog barking, my bad. We all know the Lakers offense revolves around AD. So when AD gets, in his comfort zone in that mid-range area, and he did a pretty good job on Joker. I think. I think Joker had the better game because he had The he had, I think he had a triple double. Yeah, he had a yeah, he had a triple double. I mean, he had a triple double, so yeah, he did have the better game in that aspect. But I mean, AD, I mean, he had 40 and 10. So he didn't really have a bad game. It's just like the Denver was just the better team that game. But a lot of people are saying like Todd Owens, my boy from Sports Empire Network, told me on Twitter that this is kind of a must-win game for the Lakers to swing the pendulum for the series. I mean, I don't think that if the Lakers lose tonight, yes, they'll be in the 0-2 hole. But I think they're going to go back to LA. They could probably steal 2 games at home. I just don't. The thing is with Denver, like I've always said this. Like outside of like the starting 5, whoever it is, if it's Murray, Michael Porter Jr., he's been kind of injury prone in these past couple of years, so we really haven't seen much of him. But when he's healthy, I'm not worried about him being efficient. I have no worries about him. So outside of like Joker, or I think I'm saying Joker, like okay, the Joker. Outside Joker, Jamal Murray, Aaron Gordon. I just don't trust. I mean, other than Uncle Jeff Green. I mean, Bruce Brown did step up. I just don't trust Denver's bench because if you think about it, Denver's bench. I mean, Braun. What's his name? Christian Braun. He didn't really give you points off the bench. He had 0 points, over 2 from the 3, over 2 from the field, 1 rebound. Yeah, what you do? But I mean, Bruce Brown, he did give you 16 and 3, but they don't. I mean, Mike Malone doesn't play half of this bench. What Zeke, Najee, Peyton Watson, who, Valentico Concord, like, I mean, Thomas Bryant maybe, but I'm surprised he don't play Reggie Jackson. I mean, another good backup point guard, starter for the Clippers. But yeah, I just don't. I mean, their bench points. I mean, they only got 19 bench points, and then our Lakers, we had 17 from Murray, and then 6 from Lonnie Walker. I mean, I guess you can say the same thing for the Lakers. They don't play Gabriel or Trent Brown or Thompson or Beasley, or Max Christie. I mean, I guess you can say the same thing for the Lakers, but I feel like the Lakers they have more depth at the bench position. I mean, I gotta say another game, Bruce Brown being productive. I feel like if Darvin Ham puts in a Rory at so I think my lineup would be Schroeder at the 1, Reed at the 2, LeBron at the 3, Rory at the 4, AD at the 5. And I saw in game 1 that when Rory plays like kind of like that on-ball defense on Joker, it allows AD on the other block. So if the Lakers are playing a high-low defense, and Jokic is by the free throw line, and Rory is on him, right? Jokic likes to pass if he doesn't have a good shot. I mean, if he does back someone down, and he'll take the shot if he can. But he's an assist big man; he can assist. So AD has a long arm. So if Rory's high by like the 3-point or by the foul line, and Jokic is kind of like backing him down, AD can come off behind them from the block and kind of help on the help defense. So we saw like that in game one where Jokic, they were forcing Jokic to make turnovers. He was throwing the ball away. I mean, it was a back and forth game up until like the end of the third, early fourth, and then Denver started to pull away. I mean, I think the X factor for Denver is definitely going to be Michael Porter Jr. because outside of Jamal Murray and Jokic scoring, I feel like all the attention is going to be surrounding Jamal Murray and Jokic. So if less attention is on Michael Porter Jr., he's going to get those open shots. So, I mean, when it comes to the second, third round of the playoffs of the NBA, it's all about making adjustments. Obviously, Darvin Ham thinking about incorporating Rory Hachimura in the starting lineup tonight. So we'll see how that does for the Lakers. But I believe the Lakers get game two. It'll be 1-1. Take to LA like they did in Golden State. I still have faith that the Lakers will end it in 6. I know it's a tough tale, a tall tale. But I think that will be the key. Kind of, if you can contain Jokic, maybe get into foul trouble early. Like the Lakers are known to be the better team on the transition, getting the board out or getting the ball out, with the outlet pass, and D'Lo needs to be the X factor tonight. He needs to score more points than 8 points. He can shoot the 3, but it's been inconsistent. A little more shooting or production from Schroeder, but Schroeder's going to be Schroeder at the end of the day. He will drive to the basket, try to get a foul call, go to the free throw line. If the Lakers can find a way to out-rebound Denver and find a way to – I mean, I know the Warriors are not the same team as Denver, but in this aspect, if the Lakers can drive to the basket and get to the foul line more often than Denver, because free throws, they're free points if you can make the free throw. And I feel like if the Lakers can get to the free throw line more than Denver can, I feel like that will help in the Lakers' favor. Trying to get the contact. But Jokic, and I think in the first quarter, in the first quarter, the Lakers, they were just had no answers. LeBron, he was doing his thing, and then AD kind of stepped in and stepped up. But I'm still holding faith that the Lakers will end it in 6. I know that's a huge ask for the Lakers to do, but I feel like it can happen. So just a little bit of a preview. The Nuggets are 34-18 in the Western Conference in Western Conference games. Denver averages 115.8 points while outscoring opponents by 3.3 points per game. The Lakers have gone 27-25 against Western Conference opponents. Los Angeles had a 19-19 record in games decided by 10 points or more. So Jamal Murray is averaging 20 points and 6.2 assists for Nuggets. Jokic is averaging 33.2 points over the last 10 games for Denver. D'Angelo Russell is scoring 17.8 points per game and averaging 3 rebounds for the Lakers. LeBron James is averaging 23.3 points per game and 10 rebounds over the last 10 games. In the last 10 games, the Nuggets are 7-3, averaging 117.5 points, 44.5 rebounds, 25.6 assists, and 7.6 steals, and 4.2 blocks per game, while shooting 49.4% from the field. Their opponents have averaged 110.6 points per game. Lakers are 6-4, averaging 114.3 points per game, 14.1 rebounds, 26.1 assists, 6.8 steals, and 6.3 blocks per game, while shooting 47.8% from the field. Their opponents have averaged 110.3 points. So the money line for tonight, if people are into betting, the line is going Denver's way, obviously, because they're home. They're minus 5.5. And the over under is for points is 226 for betting. So a 5.5 point swing for the Denver. Lakers lost by 6. So they're not going to win by a large margin. Obviously it's going to be a battle for both teams. But yeah, if y'all have any comments, any things you want me to talk about, I don't think comments coming on tonight or on this show. So comment your thoughts, chat, hit the comments in the chat. Before I get out of here. Oh, back to Jory's comment about the Celtics. Derek White is consistently inconsistent, but that's because of his production and bounces off the production of JT and JB. Yeah. With the Celtics, I know it's game 1. It's a long series, but like when it comes to like crunch time, I mean, you have two different egos in Jaylen Brown and Tatum. I feel like they both want to take the last shot, so they need to figure out like who's going to be that star in that moment. I mean, I believe they're both. I believe they're both clutch, but the Celtics have to decide like who is going to take that shot. I know last night Brown had on the baseline. He was going to drive to the hoop, but he decided to pass it out. They were just passing it. They didn't know who to pass it to. I know somebody on another network said that the Celtics don't have an identity. They don't know who's going to take the final shot, and Jaylen Brown or Tatum. Both can hit the game-winning shot. It's just like, is one going to be not selfish and pass the ball up if the guy's open, or is he going to be the man and take the layup and try to win the game? So, like people said early, it's game 1. People overreact a little bit, but the same problem happens in game 2 where Celtics are up or they're down by 2 or 3, and they need to decide in that moment who's going to take that final shot. Because we all know, like in that time, LeBron can take it, AD can take the final shot, but in crunch time, LeBron there's no doubt that LeBron on the Lakers would, in that situation, he would get, he would be the man with the ball. The Celtics, they don't have. I mean, they had those two players in Brown and Tatum. They just need to know who's gonna. Joe Mazzulla needs to decide in crunch time who that player is going to be. Who's that player going to take that clutch shot? If they're down 2, they need a 3. I think the Heat just play smarter. I mean, Butler had 35. Bam had like 20. I mean, Vincent had points as a starter. Kevin Love had 8. So yeah, but if I don't have any comments or any topics that we talk about, I'm gonna get out of here. This will end today's little bonus show. I'm sorry, my guest couldn't show up again. For the second time in a row. I think he has technical difficulties, or for some reason he's not getting the email or not getting the link to the show. So I definitely want to get him on here for sure. But like the ticker up there in the red, definitely follow the show on Instagram at JJO Sports Talk. When you go to my page, you can hit that blue link in my bio, and it will send you to my link tree, which has all the links to Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Spotify. I do have my podcast merch still up there, the store. You get your sweatshirts, you can get some shirts. I know it's going to start to get hot out here, so you can get shirts and tank tops. Definitely... so y'all can be a part of the JJO Sports Talk. So merch is up there. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Thursday. I hope y'all enjoy the game tonight. Lakers and Nuggets game 2. Game starts at 8:30 on ESPN. So tune into that. And I hope, and if I don't go live this week or the rest of the week, I hope y'all have a good rest of your week, weekend. I know for me, I'm getting excited. I'm getting my hair cut on Saturday, getting it fresh, because your boy, Big J, is graduating from college. Yes. That's right. Yep. Graduating with a sports communication background. So I'm excited for that. So yeah, with that being said, I'm your host of the JJO Sports Talk. I'm Jordan Jean-Louis. And with that, we are out.